One.
We're
Okay.
going for it this time?
We're good. We're up there. Yes. I almost stopped the stream. Okay.
That's fantastic. 3, 2, 1. See you next time. All right, goodbye. Have a good night.
And that has been Isfjell tonight. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. If you tune in 2 weeks' time, when we may not manage to get a stream up and running,
Wow.
we
Good
will
stuff.
find out then. All right. Anyway, back with our regularly scheduled Isfjell. With I'm joined tonight with 3 of my wonderful players. Now, don't tell the rest, you're my favorites, okay? So before I jump in with the recap and what is going on tonight, just give us a little introduction to your characters, just as an update on who you are and who you're playing. Go. Moira, do you want to go first?
Yes. Hello, my name is Moira. I am playing Eira. I had to think. Too many characters in my brain. I'm playing Eira. She is a Ganassi paladin. She originally grew up in Chorus, which is kind of like a down south trading island, and has ended up in Isfjell and is now with a bunch of wackos like her, which is really fun. So she's doing really well. She's very excited about the scavenger hunt that we're going on, and she holds a weapon of mass destruction and can't wait to tell everyone that she does. So that's what Ira's doing right now.
All right, Tam.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Tam. I play Adair, a Circle of the Moon druid who is cranky, impetuous, and very punny at times. Has a propensity to turn into a love badger or a care bear.
And last but not least, Mama.
I am Mama Distracted, and I am playing Aldis, a sylph, who is a human. What is it? Archfey warlock, and she just recently killed somebody, some humanoid that wasn't a bad guy for the first time, and she feels horrible about it. But she also likes to clean using magic. So, yeah.
Useful if you're going to become a murderer.
She did clean up the mess afterwards, using her magic. So that's pretty awesome.
Right. So last time we were together, you paid a visit to the capital city, well, capital town of Isfjell, the trading port of Ulfborg, did some shopping, said hi to the High King very briefly. In fact, mostly you sent Krasara's adopted daughter, the ice fairy Olwyn, to say hi to the High King whilst you went shopping. And I'm sure that won't have caused any problems at all. Olwyn herself actually revealed a little bit more about her past and the secrets she's been keeping to Krasara. But as far as I'm aware, Krasara has not actually told you guys most of that, so you're still very much in the dark about your mysterious fairy companion. But heading further west towards Adair's home, traveling over the mountains, you were set upon by these giant ice wolves, is the best way to put it, which probably have nothing to do with the ice fairy, completely coincidental. After a brief scuffle involving, I think we got up to 3 bears and a wolf on a boat, you managed to fight them off and fly off over the mountains onwards towards the Hexog forest. Now, tonight as you fly onwards, let's say we've, yes, I forgot, you also visited Penis Falls. Sadly named due to a cartographical error. But no, it was important to remember that because whilst there, you met 3 other travelers, a pair of brothers and a woman named Nal, who told you stories, acted a little suspiciously, especially on Olwyn, and Nal left Eira with a gift of a gold coin. And you also received an ever-filling tankard of ale, which I think it was Adair chucked over the side of your boat.
God damn it.
Which was the displeasure of the others. But as the sun rises above the forest, you're flying onwards over this endless sea of green and gold and brown beneath you as the trees are beginning to turn into their autumn colours. You fly onwards and onwards. It feels like you've been travelling forever. Just beneath you is just endless forest. As the day passes, Torvald takes the helm, and you find yourself drifting asleep in the sort of steady monotony of flight carrying you onwards. And Eira, you awake to find there's no sign of the boat. No, and that instead you're standing beneath the canopy of the trees. And around you there's grass, very bright green grass, almost spring-like grass. And sprawled out upon it beside you, you see Aldis and Adair. But no sign of the rest of your companions. And around you, the trees are growing up in this tall, silvery white bark. And there's a thick mist on the ground around them. And as you wake, you can hear. It's very quiet in this forest. There's no sign of birds, but there is something rustling off in the mist, softly and quietly. Eira, what do you do?
So the others are still asleep?
As far as you can tell, yes.
Okay. Eira is going to investigate a little bit. She'll go like a certain distance, but she won't wander too far but she doesn't want to wake them yet.
Okay. So Eira, as you step away from your sleeping companions, maybe a perception check, please.
Ooh. That is not good. That's what it is. A 5.
A 5.
Yeah.
All right. So as you step away from your companions, you notice that the mist in the trees is starting to part a little, pulling back from itself to clear a path that heads away from the clearing in which you stand. And you hear something off in the distance whispering, but you can't quite make out the words.
Okay, yeah, I'll wake everyone else up. I'll start with Adair and just kind of like, hey, hello.
Yes, Moira.
Hello.
What?
Adair, there is noise coming from that direction. Also, we're not on the boat anymore. I think we're in grass.
You'll feel around. It definitely feels like grass.
Definitely grass. Yeah, it's grass. It's very green. You can see here now there's actually, if you look around, you can see beneath the grass where you've been lying, the ground underneath is rather uncomfortable. And you can feel it like beneath the pressure of grass. This layer of like crunching shards of crystal.
Oh, wonderful. Crystals again.
Oh,
Wait,
good.
there's Aldis. Where's Torvald and Chris? Why did they leave us off the ship?
I don't know. But I heard someone like whispering over there, and I think it might be them or it might be someone else.
They're probably gone back looking for that damn self-filling tankard of ale.
Maybe.
Adair.
Should we wake Aldis up?
I think so, because I think I hear something calling my name.
Well, then that's probably just them. I'll go up to Aldis and give a stare. Hello. Hi. Good morning. Hi. Hello.
She's a little bit harder to wake up.
Hi. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hi. Please wake up. Good morning.
I get this anime vision of you going, hello!
The creepiest thing. Imagine just being woken up and find Iris staring down at you.
Good morning.
Hi.
What?
We're not on the boat.
What?
I don't know where Torvald and Chrysara are, but I think they might be over there because I hear whispering. But they're kind of like ominously calling Adair's name, so I think we should maybe have our guards up.
I will sit up and then stand up, and I'm looking around. Is Sindri there?
No. There is no sign of Sindri.
Bad sign.
Is this something typical?
Looking around, it is strange. It reminds you a little of dreams you've had before. And it reminds you a little, in some ways, this thick mist puts you in mind a little of the King's Castle you visited accidentally on the shores of Lake Black. But there's also something different. There's sort of a feeling in the air. There's something unfamiliar. And you get this prickling sensation in the back of your neck. Someone is watching you.
I am going to start rubbing my neck, and I'm actually going to take a slow spin around the circle and see what I see.
Alright, make me a perception check. Adair, what did you say?
I was going to say, do I recognize any of the trees or any of the layout of the area since this is my home area?
Make me a nature check. Because
That is a dirty 20.
so
And I got
looking around the trees, the composition of the forest, this doesn't look like any area of the Hexog forest you've been in. The trees are too tall and too straight. Their bark's a little bit too white. Everything is just ever so slightly off from the fact that there's clearly spring in this forest, whereas it's autumn in last time you checked.
Okay.
The fact that just the colours just all seem ever so slightly wrong. The feel of the grass is just hard to describe, but just not quite right. Aldis, as you're sort of looking around the circle, you see that as you draw near it, the mist starts to part. Clear path heading away from the grove, and you hear a voice. Aldis. Aldis.
Is the voice familiar in any way?
No. Aldis. This way. This way.
Okay. I am going to look behind me for Adair and Eira, and I'm gonna say, there's a voice calling for me, and it wants us to go this way.
Well, that sounds like we should follow it, don't you think?
That sounds perfectly reasonable.
Ira hasn't heard anyone whispering her name yet, right? It's just been Adair and Aldis.
You heard something whispering. You have not heard anything whispering your name.
No, my name's just okay, cool.
Adair is going to cast his Druidcraft cantrip to determine what he can about the weather in this location. Since everything seems off, he's curious.
Okay. Weirdly, you get the sense from this sort of gives you the weather you can expect the next day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Though it's peaceful and beautifully calm at the moment, you get a sudden certainty that there is a storm coming.
So for Adair, the way this works, he gets a little kind of like a globe that shows him. So he's going to look at it and show it to Aldis and Eira and go, whatever we're going to do, it looks like we have a storm heading this way. So we also should probably look for shelter.
I don't like that.
You're muted.
Down.
Oh, there you go.
I said, okay, well, maybe we should just walk down this path that is calling my name.
Did the whisper that called my name seem to come from the same direction, or could we tell?
No.
Okay.
It sounded like it was coming from a different direction.
I think that's a wonderful idea, Aldis. Let's follow your name.
Does anybody else get the feeling like we're almost back at the King's Hall? You know, the one with the dancing and all the white and the snow and the
There are
There's, think about it, there is a certain similarity, but it's much quieter here. So now you listen, there are the occasional birds. There weren't before, but there are now. And as you head off between the trees, the mist pulls apart. As you're walking, Adair, you notice that the further you go into the forest, the more normal it seems to look. And the more time you spend walking, the more the trees seem to shrink down a little. They seem to look a little bit more brown and mottled. Their branches look more natural in a way than before. And it doesn't take you very long following this path along till it opens out and you find yourself looking into a clearing, a familiar looking clearing. It has exactly the same dimensions as the clearing you just left. Right down to these two sort of crystalline sticky out bits. Protuberances.
Yes. You all are recognizing this, right? That we're back in a similar...
It does look very much... I'm going to turn around back the way we came and see if I can see anything.
The mist seems to have closed back up. So it was almost... The mist was opening up in front of you and closing up back behind you as you walked.
Adair is going to walk up to one of the trees and with primal savagery have his claws come out, and he is going to carve a druidic symbol on the tree.
All right. Any particular symbol? Does it have any particular meaning?
It's basically the let's see, the proper way to, scientific way to put this is excrement.
Luckily, no one else. Luckily, or perhaps unluckily, no one else here can read Druidic. Sadly. But yes, you find yourself back in this same clearing. Only the mist seems to have got thicker now. You can definitely hear whispering and movement behind it.
Hello?
Hello?
Torvald?
Eira?
Oh, that's who it is. Okay, well then we're fine.
Eira! Look into that mist. Can you... Where are you?
I'm right here.
I can't see you. Hey, up.
Hi.
This way.
Which way?
Over. Ah!
Oh.
Ah! There's
Oh,
a
I don't
strangled,
like that at all.
a strangled cry off in the mist, and then it goes quiet.
We have to go. We have to go help them right now.
Can I tell what direction the came from?
Yes, roughly southeast. Look, I can't scream down the mic. It's not fair for you.
No,
with
it's
it.
fine. Darn, I
It was
was
a very good impression.
I was hoping you'd say no. I had a perfect pun, but we'll just have to save it for later.
Aw. Yeah. So, are you running off in that direction?
I certainly am.
I will follow.
Ira, I don't think we should run. We can walk quickly, but let's pay attention to where we're going.
Okay, Ira will speed walk. Ira will go as fast as Adair allows her to.
So you're very quickly as you speed walk in the direction where you heard the sound from. Someone make me a quick perception check just to see if you can judge the direction you think it came from.
I rolled a natural 20.
Okay, you got a pretty certain idea as you set off as a quick march through the forest. And very soon, though, you've not seen any sign of Torvald at all. And when you come rushing through the forest, you find it opening up once again into this same clearing. Only this time there is something different, because this time the clearing isn't empty. And in the center of the clearing, you see this hulking form, this large green-skinned creature crouched down by the crystals. It's dark green hide and covered in patches of moss and growth. But beneath it, there is something strikingly familiar about its shape and its form. And as you come rushing to the clearing and it raises its head, you recognize the unmistakable form of a troll. And it's just chewing on something.
Is it the smelly putrid troll in appearance, like the one we did fight?
It doesn't look quite like that one. But one thing you do notice about it is it does seem to be picking its teeth with when you look closely you can see to be a battle axe. A dwarven looking battle axe. Bony dwarves. You.
What language is it speaking?
Bad common. I lost it. Lost my page. More food.
Do I see my mark on any of the trees?
Yes.
Great. Is it spelled?
Yes,
is it spelled correctly?
You look around, you can see the tree just says, shit.
Great. I guess the bigger question is, do we hear any slurping noises or see any purple fungus?
You know what? Make me a perception check.
I had to ask, right?
Okay.
That would be a 19.
If you look up and past the troll, you see up on the tree, far up in the canopy, just this bulbous purple growth, and you hear from up there.
I'm going to point at it and go, Aldis. Aldis.
And I will look at what he's pointing at, and then I'm going to see it, and I'm going to cast.
That's my troll.
You're muted. You went back muted for some reason.
I apologize. I am on press to talk because the children are home today.
I want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, exactly. We hear the cat. We hear the cats. We hear the dogs. It's only fair.
It's a lot of screaming. So
It fits the story.
Oh, I've lost my page. I had a perfectly lovely.
That means we win.
Look, improvising here.
So the last thing we heard all this was you said, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Nothing came out.
oh yeah, I'm going to use Firebolt.
Okay.
I rolled a 16 plus 7. So does that hit?
That's what I'm just finding out. One moment. I lost my troll. I know it's very large. I temporarily misplaced it. But I'm going to go say Eira gets that shot off. But after that, I would like you to roll me initiative, please, people. Sorry. Never close documents. There we go. What was that in total? Oh yeah, that will hit. Yes, that will. This thing doesn't.
Yeah, I rolled 2 hit. It was a 16 plus 7. That's a 23. And my initiative is 20.
Because I just realised you were firing at the fungus, weren't you? Those things are easy to hit. They don't move. You just see this burst of fire up in the canopy as this flaming fungus falls down to the ground. And
that's 6 fire damage to.
As the flames lick across this fungus creature, and the troll looks up towards you, tosses aside the dwarf-sized axe it had been using. You again? Why is it always you?
Again? I'm looking at Aldis. I'm looking at Adair and Eira. Again?
Again?
No, it's Adair.
Eira.
And the troll lifts its club and starts stomping its way towards you. But it's not the fastest creature in the world. So, really, from top of the round, that is Aldis. This troll begins dragging its club through the grass as it heads towards you.
Well, I am going to use my Eldritch Blast on it because I know how effective that is now. So yeah, that's 2 rolls, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So the first one is a 16, and the second one is an 8.
The first one will hit, the second one will not.
7 plus 4, that is 13? No. 11 damage. 11 force damage.
This bolt strikes against the troll, but it keeps heading forwards. It's dragging its club through the ground, through the grasses, and Aldis, are you staying put? Have you got any bonus actions you'd like to do anything with?
No, I'm gonna stay right about there. And I guess wait.
All right, Eira. Aldis has just fired towards this creature. It is still heading towards you. What would you like to do?
I would like to go ahead and walk up towards it. Great. Actually, yes. Okay, I'll be right here. And I will go ahead and channel divinity, secret weapon.
Okay. Is that a whole action?
Yes.
Got any bonus actions? All right.
Not that I want to use.
Adair, you're up.
Sorry, I'm looking to see how far away he is, and Ira's in between us. I'm going to put my hands up, make like this, and say hold him fast, and cast Entangle.
Okay. That is Dex or Strength? They're saving throw.
Strength 15 is the target.
That'll be a 9. Is 9 higher than 15?
Only in Common Core math, which I think D&D uses regular math, so we should be okay.
Don't like regular math. I want lots of them. Yeah, so Troll is struggling against the grasses that are growing up and weaving their way up around it. It's going to try and break its way free because it wants its action back. No. This troll is still held fast, sort of struggling to get its club back up out the grasses. Doesn't seem to be working. Aldis, it's back round to your turn.
Sorry, I couldn't find my mouse. I am going to try to hit it with another Eldritch Blast.
All right.
So that's an 11 and a 17.
The 17 will hit, the 11 will not.
That is 12 force damage.
Okay. You notice that the damage you did to it last time, so the chunk you blew out of it before, seems to have been closed up. So you blow a new chunk out of it. The previous one seems to have grown closed. And Eira, what would you like to do?
Eira will then go ahead, and if I step into the entanglement, I will be entangled.
It is possible.
Okay.
So, yeah, whenever you enter into it, you have to make a check.
All right, sure. Let's do it. What's the
And
check?
it's also difficult terrain, so it'll slow you down. So
That's fine. What check am I making?
it is a strength 15.
Ooh. All right, I got a 10. So
So you are now entangled, but luckily you're near it now.
So even though I'm entangled, I can still like slash at it, yeah?
Your hands are free, yeah, it's just you can't.
Yes. Great. So I'm stuck in place and I go, haha! And I'll strike at him. And that is a nat 20 plus 5 plus 2. So 27 to hit.
I could say
That's where I hit him last.
the pluses don't matter much when it's a natural 20.
27 to hit, please.
that will hit. That will hit. Like,
Yay.
you know, 2 of them.
All right. So let's see. All right. And then I'd also like to expend a skill slot to do Divine Smite. So D8 please. Okay, so 4, 6 plus 2. Okay, so that's 16 damage, 8 of which is radiant.
Okay. Yeah, the damage is there's definitely damage showing on this thing now, on the troll now as and you remember to double the dice, yeah? You remember to double the dice.
Oh no, I didn't do that. It was a crit, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Double the-
So I roll how like 3 more now?
all the dice you just roll them again.
Yay! Wow. I love D&D. It's so fun. Okay. 3. 8. Okay, so add another 19. So 19 plus 16. It's what? 35?
35.
35.
The troll kind of rears back a little, and you can see great chunks and holes out of it where Eira's just been cleaving large chunks of troll away, and you watch as the bits drop to the ground, sort of wriggling slightly.
I don't like that I'm trapped with that. That's gross.
Twitching in the grasses.
Oh god, that's right. The leg fought by itself.
Adair, it is your turn.
Adair is going to take one of the pebbles he keeps in his pouch. Using a bonus action, he is going to cast a magic stone on it. And then move forward so that he's within a decent range to throw it. Oh, I guess, hold on, I gotta switch this. Let's move you to right there. And I'm going to throw it at the troll. And, wow, that'll be a 25 to hit.
That will hit, yes.
Right.
God, you guys are on fire tonight.
And that'll be a 7 damage. And as he does this, Eira, you're not supposed to step into it. The idea is to hold them in place.
Yeah, but I hit him really well.
But
now he can hit you. And I assume that's 6 seconds.
And is it right on cue? The troll's going to swing, wrenches its club out the grasses and swings round towards Eira. The first one, that is a 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit, baby.
This great club slams into the side of you.
Cool.
I need more dice. Quick maths. That'll be 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Slams into the side of you, and then it's back again. But that one is a 10. It glances off the top of your shield.
Yes. I hurt you more than you hurt me, so I'm still winning.
and you watch as a few of its wounds are starting to close up again. And around it, you watch as one of the pieces of troll that you sliced off, it just slithers through the grass and back up the creature's leg to join back onto the hole. Aldis, what would you like to do about this situation?
I am aiming right where I saw Eira hit, and I'm gonna aim at another Eldritch Blast. Yeah, another swirly green sparkles. So that is a natural 20 plus 7, so a 27, and then an 11 plus 7, so an 18.
Both of those will hit. One of those will hit very well. So roll double the dice for that one, for the crit.
Okay, so that's 8 plus 6, which is 14.
Okay, the troll, more bits of it singed and broken off it now is. Why do you keep coming back here? Eira, it's your turn.
I'm so not used to how short turns are with the party size reduced. Let's see.
Fast. Things go faster the less of you
Yes,
there
they
are.
really do. It's
Faster.
overwhelming. Okay, so I will just go ahead and continue to slash at him from where I'm at. So that'll be 5 to hit. Wait, no, not 5. Hold on. 10 to hit.
No, that'll be a no.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I will waggle my finger and ooh. Don't we get 2 attacks now? Isn't that a thing that we have now?
It's a thing that some of you have. Whether you have it or not, you'd have to check your class.
I do. I'm gonna just go for it again. All right. Well, same thing. So cool.
Right on your finger and then. This is pointless.
I agree. Maybe we should just stop.
Yesterday.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what was that second part? I couldn't hear.
I killed you yesterday. Die, stupid things. Adair, it's your turn.
Wait, you killed us yesterday, so when was it we killed you last?
I don't know. Lots of days ago.
Well, do you want to die again today, or can we stop this now?
No, I want to kill you and make you go away.
Well, I assume I've pretty much spent my 6 seconds of conversation at this point. Do I still have an opportunity to do something?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
yes, you do. Talking is a free action.
Okay.
As long as you don't push it and
Yeah.
start trading.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Conjure Animals and bring along 2 of my friends. So a couple of brown bears.
Oh. And are you summoning them right up against the troll?
One on either side of him would be my preference, yes.
Alright. So, Eira, from your vantage point right in front of this troll, you watch as these 2 large bears form up out of ground. What is the initiative of these bears, please?
That is going to be 16. It was a nat 20, but they get a -4, so, you know. I was like, wait a minute, are they going to get a 20
What is
initiative?
this?
No. So,
But as it is, the troll looks confused and looks between the 2 bears and back down to Eira in front of it and swings its club round at one of at the left-hand bear. and misses most spectacularly as its club just swings wild, and it swings back again, angry that it could be so impossibly awful at hitting things. It swings back at the bear again. Does an 11 hit a bear?
Sorry, I'm trying to find out in here. Yes, actually, it does.
Oh, good, because that was embarrassingly low. Oh, that is... Yeah, that would be 10 points of damage. That was a low roll there.
Just to be clear, is this upper bear or lower bear?
This is left-handed, you're looking to them, so this is lower bear.
All right, thank you. All right.
Why are there bears now? Why? Why does this keep happening?
Because you keep fighting.
Aldis, it's your turn.
So I am finding that the Eldritch Blast is so much more better at dealing damage. I'm gonna try it again. Okay, so that's a dirty 20 and then a 10.
A dirty 20 will hit, a 10 will not. What's the damage?
Seven.
7. The troll is looking desperately. Bits of it are falling off onto the ground as it struggles madly against. In fact, its legs are trapped. People keep stabbing it. It's being singed. You know, it's got 2 bears right up in its face. Eira, it's your turn.
Can I try to get out of the entanglement?
Yes, you can. I think it says strength.
I use an action to
action,
like
action, yeah.
Sure. Okay. That is a 22. May I leave, please?
Yes, you may.
Yes, you may.
Great. I'm gonna back up and let the bears kind of do their thing and just stand by Adair.
You know what? Because this troll is feeling particularly pissed off, it's going to take an attack of opportunity against a little shiny thing.
That's fine.
Hey, come back, blue girl.
Nope. Would rather not.
That'll be a 9 to hit.
No, sir.
Hey! That's not fair. The bear's turn. Adair.
So the command that Adair would have given the bears is remove his arms.
Alright, let's have some attacks from these bears.
Oh wait, that was disarm him, but it's got the same meaning. It's
Oh.
got the same meaning to a bear. So anyway, so the red one that he's already smacked on is going to take a bite and a claw attack. The bite was a 10, so no. Oh gosh, they both were. He doesn't do so well. Both attacks were rolled 10s.
Okay. Both. Though that bear does not hit. What about the other bear? Can the other bear do a better job?
The other bear is going to give it a try.
Come on.
And he's going to try a different die too. So. How do you get 2 5s on this? 2 d20s. Okay, that is much better. The bite attack is going to be a 22.
Yes, that will hit.
And that is going to be 8 piercing damage. The claw attack is a nat 20.
All right. I think at this point it might be how would this bear like to destroy this troll? Let's see how the damage goes. Unless it.
So let's see. That's going to be 6, 10, and he gets double dice also.
Yes.
That's going to be 20 slashing damage.
Okay, in which case, yes. Would you like to describe the visceral scene of a bear pulling a troll apart?
The bear happily rips his arms off and then pounces on him and snaps his neck. How's that? That's good.
And as the troll falls still, as soon as it's still and stops twitching, its form starts to sink down into the grass, being absorbed by the earth itself. The grass springing up a little greener around it until there is no trace that there was ever a troll there.
Didn't it try to go back together last time?
That was when we were able to dismember it, but then I set it on fire. This didn't let me set it on fire. I'm going to look for the fungus. Is it still slurping around?
You look at the tree, you just see this fungus still. Actually, probably at this point, about 10 feet lower down the tree than when you saw it. It's slowly slurping its way down the trunk of the tree.
Oh, I'm gonna try to hit it with another firebolt.
I actually am fairly sure it's, as you know, if you roll a 1, I think you don't hit it. But other than that, I think it's nearly impossible for you to not hit this thing. Like, it is.
Well, that's a 19 plus 7.
You definitely hit this thing. It's nostalgia. Sorry, you're muted.
Sorry, I didn't realize I muted. That's a 19 fire damage.
You hear this almost squealing, squelching noise as where there was a moment ago a slurping fungus making its way down the tree. There's just now a very large singed area of tree with not a trace of fungus in sight, just this circular burn mark on the tree.
Okay, so we are all cards on the table. We are either in a Fey realm, or I don't know, sometimes it kind of feels like a dream. Like when I go on my walks. But I don't know.
The bear growls.
I'm going to release the entanglement.
The bears are no longer entangled.
I'm going to walk over, and you said it looks a little greener.
Yes.
I would like to investigate that.
All
and
right.
see if I can
In which
spot
case,
anything about it.
An investigation check or survival, actually.
Well, let's do a survival. That's more my thing. Dirty 20.
Okay, so looking down at the grass where the troll had disappeared, you notice it's brighter and greener, and as you sort of poke at it, you notice it seems to give way beneath your hand, as though there wasn't solid ground beneath it.
But no, you said the other grass had like crystals under it?
Yes, there's nothing. This just needs to be giving away, as though it was a soft, thin covering over something.
This doesn't seem right, and where we had the crystals under the grass over here, this is just like nothing. And I'm going to start digging out.
All right, so you start pulling the turf and grass aside. You reveal there seems to be some kind of hole about 1 foot, 2 foot, about 4 feet across. And it seems to just descend downwards. You can't see the bottom of it.
I will ask Aldis and Eira to come over and take a look at this.
You can just see this hole descending downwards. As if someone's dug it out of the earth and it just keeps going.
Do you want us to jump in or something?
Well,
Eira will take a rock and throw it down.
The rock disappears down into the darkness.
Eira will keep listening.
Make me a perception check.
That's a 3.
After about 1, 2, 3, you hear the rock hit something.
Nice.
Probably sounds like the hole's only about, 30 feet deep or so. Does look very dark down there, though.
Do you want to, go spelunking or something?
I'm not really enjoying the thought of climbing down in that. We haven't had great
Well, you
luck
could
with
turn
that.
into, a bat or something, right?
He's just going to look at her, get this very serious face, and go, I can't fly.
Oh.
But I do recall the last time we fought the troll, then we encountered the hole, somebody stuck a shaft into the hole, and it spewed out this green gas. The troll said that we have been repeating this. I have no idea what all this means, but it does seem a little odd.
He killed us yesterday.
Exactly. And I don't recall dying yesterday, do you?
Not really.
Not yesterday. I was this close the other day, but no, I don't think I've died. I want to go look at the pretty crystals.
Okay, so if you walk over to these pale, almost greenish coloured crystals that are sticking up out of the grass.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you just as you draw closer in the reflective surfaces is you see your reflection looking back at you, and it waves.
Oh, it waves.
Yes.
I am going to cross my arms and... Oh. Okay. At that moment, I'm going to turn to Adair and Eira. And, so my reflection is... My arms are crossed. My reflection is waving at me to come join it.
I really, really hate this Fae stuff. Aldis. Why do you keep bringing us into these things, Aldis?
I didn't bring us into this one.
Oh.
Attack!
Apparently they are calling you.
Yes, why are they calling me, Aldis?
Wait, is Adair's reflection there?
No.
Okay, yeah.
There's no... There's no reflection of Adair. You see Eira's reflection. It goes,
I killed you. You should be dead. She just shrugs. That's fair. That's what I would say.
situation.
Wait, hold on. Maybe we can talk to them. And I'm going to look at my reflection and say, didn't we fight and didn't you die? What's going on? They want to fight again.
Do the bears have a reflection in the crystals?
Yes. Yes, they do.
What are the bear reflections doing?
Kind of looking at the bears, quite confused. the bears. So, you see one of the bears just sniffing its way around this crystal, and the bear inside the crystal, the reflection bear, just kind of.
We could drop the crystals down the hole. Let's see what that does.
I'm not touching it. The last time I touched a mirror, I had to fight myself. Or at least a reflection of somebody else. Wait, it wasn't me that I saw it, was it?
I can't remember. It's a while ago. Eira. Eira. You hear a voice carried on the wind towards you.
Yes.
And you notice that the mist is beginning to clear from the forest by now, and the wind is picking up through the trees. So a warm, gentle wind. Eira. Come. I've always wanted to meet you, Eira. Eira.
Who are you?
Come and find me, Eira.
Well, what's your name?
The west wind blows.
What's your name?
Come find me, Eira.
If you're not willing to give me your name, you're not worth meeting, I gotta be honest.
I'm checking my notes, Eira.
What?
Sorry, emotion.
That's so funny.
I love it.
Well, does it just have to be me, or can my friends come too?
All of you. Come. Come west. West as west goes, you'll find me, Eira.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, do we all hear this, or do we just hear Eira talking?
No, you
to
can just
okay.
hear Eira talking to herself.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, Eira.
What's your name?
Yeah, exactly.
You hear Eira shouting, you hear the wind
I'm
blowing
looking,
back.
I'm looking at Adair like, what the hell is going on?
And a shadow passes over the clearing. Something flies up above you.
Dragon.
I'm looking up.
And you see the shape of silhouette of a dragon pass above the clearing, blocking out the light from just a moment.
So all of the things that we've fought, want to fight again.
I am not sure I like this.
I am sure I don't like this. So what do we do?
Does this include those yellow-skinned space people?
Potentially. I'd rather not come close to death a second time.
I don't want to fight them either.
Whoosh, the dragon swoops overhead again.
I am going to go stand underneath a tree.
Are you trying to hide, or are you just standing underneath a tree?
I think I'm going to try to hide a little bit.
Alright, make me a stealth check. What did you get?
Total of 15.
Okay,
14
good
plus
to know. Good to know. The wind is getting stronger now. You can see the trees start to sway back and forth a little as the wind starts to pick up. And Adair, you do recall your weather forecast you got.
Oh. I'm going to ask Eira. Who were you talking to, Eira? Whose name do you need to know?
And the wind is
might have frozen.
probably. The wind picks up in the trees more, and Iris finishes sort of shouting at the wind.
Eira, who are you talking to?
They won't tell me my name. Their name. Anyone's name. They won't say a name at all.
The dragon is circling. Come on.
There's a lot of concerns right now, okay? Ira will shuffle over to where Aldis pointed her to.
And you hear sounds through the forest now, over the baying, over the blowing of the wind and the dragon singing, but we hear the baying of what sounds like either dogs or wolves off in the distance.
Do they sound like actual dogs? Do they sound like metallic dogs?
Or do they sound like giant white snow wolfy things?
It's hardly certain. It almost sounds like a combination of the two. The baying of wolves mixed with the mechanical sounds of the mechanical dogs. And it's getting closer.
Okay.
And the storm is beginning to pick up.
I
What do
think
do?
we should build like a little fort and just hide out until everything goes away.
Yes. I pull out my hand axe.
Dara's going to say, I hate the Fae, and instruct the bearers to start pushing over trees.
We're building a fort, baby!
Because that's what bears can do.
Okay, you like crash. As trees start being filled in a circle around you. Okay, so you're building building about a barricade. The wind is picking up. The just trees falling. You notice a few trees falling over almost of their own accord as the wind is rising. You
Are they
hear.
close enough to drag over?
Probably if you were strong enough to drag the whole tree, which between the three of you could probably do. But they are big, and most of you I don't believe are the strongest of people.
But we do have bears.
You do have bears. Bears are much better at dragging things. As you're hauling branches, you can hear the sounds of the forest picking up around you. You also hear the sound of voices mixed and intermingled. You hear Ziggy, 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 Ziggy over and over again between the trees. Ziggy, have you seen Ziggy? Ziggy, have you seen Ziggy?
We didn't kill Siggy. We didn't kill any of them.
No, but you can kill me now. If we're going to have to face those damn bird people again.
Okay, so I honestly don't know if we're actually in the Fey realm now. Because all of these things we fought before. And won.
The dragon swoops overhead again.
I pinch myself.
It hurts.
Oh, that's concerning.
And so at this point, hang on, what's everyone's passive perception? Okay, I really should have this written down somewhere prominent, stuck to my wall.
I'm
like
afraid
painted on the
mine's
wall.
pretty low. It's only a 19.
Mine's an 11.
As at this point, actually, Adair, out of the corner of your eye, you catch movements. Up and around the storm and the chaos rising, you see one pale hand emerging up out of the hole in the ground that you dug.
A pale hand.
A
Okay.
pale, humanoid-looking hand, long, thin fingers, pale skin.
Does
Followed moments later by a second one.
it look familiar to me at all?
Um, just looking at it as a quick glance without further study, it's a hand. Lots of people have them.
Okay. I will turn around to look at it and say, ladies, we have a guest.
And you see a figure stick their head up out of the hole in the ground. And you see a rather disheveled looking man with dark hair, sort of streaked with grey here and there. Though their hair streaked with grey, they look to be fairly young, probably in their 20s or so. And they're wearing this scraggy grey cloak. And as they raise their head, they go, "Who the hell are you?"
Who the hell are you?
My name's Eira.
What is going on here? How much of this little like barricade fort have we put together roughly?
So at this point, you've got a pretty good barricade set
Yay.
up around the outside of this. Sadly, this person has come out through a hole in the middle of your barricade.
Bears, introduce yourselves. So they both turn around and growl.
I'm not scared of your bears. It's a dream. They can't hurt me. It's a dream. You're just all part of my dream. It's fine.
Mind if I test
Okay.
that theory?
I don't. What the fuck am I dreaming about dragons and blue people?
Wait, but I pinched myself and it doesn't feel like a dream.
Well, but you're not real. Of course you'd say that.
So have they completely exited the hole, or are they still...
They're sort of half out and half in this hole still.
Adair will go over and start to stick his hand out and then stop and then... Who are you, and should I bother to help you out of the hole or kick you back into it?
I'm not sure I want to come out of the hole. No, Fafnir.
I
The
didn't...
name sounds familiar.
You don't know anyone by that name, you don't think? He pulls himself up out the hole
Okay.
and starts brushing mud off of tatty grey clothing.
So if this is your
It's very
dream...
realistic for a dream.
If this is your
And
dream...
he reaches over and pokes you.
Stop that!
I'll smack him instead.
Hey! You're definitely not acting like the dream people usually do. You're weirdly consistent. None of you have melted or grown any weird tentacles or
With that, Adair is going to primal savagery and grow claws. I can grow these!
yes, you are a dream. You are a dream. Oh, thank goodness I was starting to feel you might be real for a second.
So wait, hold on. If this is a dream for you, what have you done to have this dream?
This bit is not normal. Usually you have just a dream about forest, and, normal dream stuff, not other people who I've never met before wandering around my dreams. And the dragon swoops over lower this time and goes, "You're a dragon."
Is it a white dragon? I have to ask.
Yes, it is.
Oh, shit.
It looks larger than last time you saw it there. This looks like a much larger version of the white dragon you fought before.
I really don't like what's happening.
Well, come with me then. Come on,
Here.
down here. The dragon won't be able to follow us, right?
What's down there?
You'd know, underground stuff, tunnels. I don't know, it's a dream. It might have changed since I was last there.
I'll go.
So the last time we just killed a giant troll and it sunk into a hole. And now you're coming out of a hole.
I'm not a troll. Do I look like
Can
a
you
troll?
prove that you're not a troll?
No. Can you? You're blue. Are you some kind of blue troll person?
I'm a blue air person.
Oh, great. That makes so much more sense.
Yes, I think so.
He's got claws, you're blue, and you're asking me the questions.
That's fair. And Eira will go down the hole.
Okay, so you just step down the hole, you just watch as Eira just disappears out of sight down this hole. And we'll get back to Eira in a moment. As Fafnir beckoning to the other two of you and going, are you coming or not? I mean, you could stay and fight this thing. I mean, if you die, if you're real like me, I assume you'll just wake up, and if you're a dream person, then you'll die, but you weren't real in the first place. Well, I think you just wake up. I don't know, I've never been killed in a dream before.
We could start now.
Hey, look. And you see him sort of edging close to the hole.
My dreams don't usually turn out well. I don't like this dream business. I don't like this fae business. And I don't think my bears are going to fit down that hole.
I might have something for that. He reaches in and pulls out a small glass bottle. Smaller bears?
And what happens when they get down the hole? How small? He's gonna look at Aldis and just shake his head. This is more your area.
But in my dreams, I only go to somewhere mostly.
The dragon swoops lower, and you hear its roar, and it swings back around. This time you notice.
What does it say in its roar?
There you are.
Oh, jeez! I jumped down the hole.
And Fafnir just shrugs towards you, Adair goes, your call, and jumps down the hole.
You ever seen the poster of the mouse and the eagle coming?
The dragon's swooping lower now. You can see now that it seems to have locked eyes, and you can see the ice and frost starting to form around its mouth.
He's going to say to the bears, attack it, and climb down the hole.
So she comes down the hole. You know what? I'm going to ask these bears to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah, they failed.
How do your dragons feel about, not dragons, bears? How do your bears feel about dragons?
Not super happy.
What are we on here? 54 points of cold damage each.
They are both frozen to death.
So as you see as the frost crackles over your bears, and you feel this ice wind blow above your head, and then you're falling.
Mm-hmm.
Falling and falling. And weirdly enough, you can see Eira and Aldis beneath you. And Eira, you've been falling for a very long time now.
That's not the same distance as the rock.
I think maybe you might have misjudged the depth of this hole.
Is this a different hole or is this the same hole?
It is the same hole.
Okay.
Question, DM. You said that I saw Aldis and Eira. Is there not someone else I see?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Aldis.
And I assume it's a black hair, gray streaked. Okay, it's
Yes,
Fafnir.
Fafnir.
Okay. All right, just
Falling
checking.
And you're either falling very slowly or this is a very deep hole. Because you are falling for a very long time. And then, all of a sudden, Eira first, you see something beneath you. Something vast and smooth and glittering. And you see it to be the surface of a lake. And it's approaching actually rather fast. Is there anything you'd like to do about this?
Levitate maybe.
Yes, you can.
Yes, please.
You come to a stop, just sort of floating gently above this lake, and then you see Aldis come plummeting down. Aldis, as you see the surface of the lake approaching, is there anything you'd like to try and do? And Adair, a few moments above, you can now start to see the glittering surface of this lake approaching. Eira, you watch as Fafnir plunges down into this splash and spluttering as he hits the surface of the lake. And a few minutes later, his dripping wet head emerges from the surface.
Okay, so I don't have any magic, so I am going to try to use my hands to slow me down, see if anything happens, but I don't know.
Okay, make me an acrobatics check for trying to slow your fall.
That's a 5.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you strike the surface of the water with a splash. Is able to split your way up to the surface. Adair, as you see the lake surface approaching, what would you like to do?
Can I try to claw into the side of this hole?
There don't appear to be sides anymore.
Okay, well,
it's more a vast void and a fast approaching lake surface.
I'm going to yell out how much I hate the Fae.
I don't think you get an intimidation check against the lake, I'm afraid.
There's not much I can do. I'm just going to plan on...
That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage. You slam into the surface of this water. You can see Eira just floating there above the water. As you two and Fafnir are paddling and swimming beside her.
Once everyone is settled, I will slowly float down into the water.
Don't you have something that could have helped us? Look, Adair's got a bloody nose.
I do have something that could have helped y'all, but it was the same thing that helped me. So, whoops. Next time, though.
Next time we don't jump into the damn hole.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm content.
Great!
You would have saved Torvald.
Right?
We don't need to talk about that right now. There's a stranger in our presence.
There wasn't a lake here before.
Well, that's better than ground.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It is better than the ground. Although I think I would have liked to have fallen into a nice, fluffy, soft pile of feathers. That would have been great.
Oh, we could hope for that in the future. This is the weirdest dream I've had in a while, and I have some weird dreams. Sorry, I didn't catch all of your names. Did you say them? Also, what is all this about the Fae? Like,
We've had a lot of experience with them.
great. As in fairies?
Varying degrees, yeah.
Didn't know they were still around. Looking around, you see it's in this swimming in this lake, and not far off you can see what appears to be a shore. And weirdly, although you've fallen down this hole, you can see stars above you. The night sky. And you see the shores of this lake. And silhouetted against the starry night sky, you can see what appears to be a large tree. This large tree, bare branch tree, split down the middle as though struck by lightning. These tangle of branches reaching up for the sky. Those of you more accustomed to forests would probably recognize it as being an oak tree. A very familiar oak tree.
Like really almost intimately familiar oak tree?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Adair's going to start...
I'm not intimate with any trees, so...
You're not a druid. Adair is going to look at Aldis and say, I think we should go that way, and start swimming towards the shore. I assume it's swimming deep and not,
Yeah, it's swimming deep. It doesn't take you very long to reach the shore. It's not. You notice that other than the oak, the shore appears to be bare. It's long.
Is it sand or is it stones and pebbles?
Well,
or fur, because she said bear.
As you draw closer, you can see this sort of it's some of white and off-white sort of shingle and pebbles. But as you draw closer, you notice that they're not rocks. You notice the broken, shattered pieces of yellowed and old bone, making up this long shore stretching left and right, as far as you can see, bare apart from this tree. Which is the only sort of landmark in sight.
Well, this is rather odd. Did Fafnir come with us?
I'm not going to stay in the water.
I will help him to the shore.
He just looks around and goes, oh, why? What is this place? Who are you people? Why can't I go back to dreaming of butterflies and lovely elven ladies?
I assume this isn't normally in your dreams, then?
No, it's not. Is it normally in yours?
Did Eira follow along, by the way? Okay.
Yes, she's just contentedly.
Fine, I'm going to shake out my sheepskin and try and get as much water. You're getting splashed with water one way or another.
I am wringing out my skirts, like, in sections, because... Wait! Hold on.
I think you've got a spell for this.
You have a way to handle this, don't you?
Yeah. I'm going to use my prestidigitation to dry myself off. Yeah.
Do these bones look familiar to me? Can I recognize what they're from?
Make me a nature check.
That's going to be a 15.
15. Looking around for you, there seems to be a mix. There are ones that look like bear's bones, maybe wolf bones, human, smaller humanoids mixed in amongst them as well. even down to sort of tiny bones, sort of mice, or small rat skulls. It just seems to be a rather large mixed pile.
And you said they're all old yellowed. There's not like any. They all look like very old bones, or
They look old and yellowed and worn. None of them are sort of looking fresh and shiny. And you see beside you, Fafnir also sort of picking up and picking his way through, just kind of looking at them curiously. I don't like this place. It's not a good dream. Not a good dream.
Adair's gonna look up at the stars. Do they look like the normal stars we see?
Yes. The only thing, these are actually very familiar. These look to be the stars, not stars as you would see them quite from Isfjell. These look as though they were seen from slightly further west, perhaps from the stars you'd see over Pendle Lake or Oak Bridge Crossing.
Okay. I'm gonna look at both Eira and Aldis. I have no idea where we are, which is unusual.
Well, supposedly we're in a dream or something, right? So
Yeah, it's feeling.
Yes.
He keeps saying it's a dream, and I did say it kind of feels like my dreams, but not quite. At this point, I'm looking around again, and I'm trying to see if anything is familiar to me at all.
Make me a perception check, actually. Just looking around. This. No. The only thing you notice is you think for a moment you saw movement within the shore, within the bones. So a few of them sort of seem to be moving closer towards each other. Like a little rustling amongst the bones.
I'm going to look closer at that and then try to get off of all of the bones, depending on how far up it goes.
As in, all the ground around here is bone. The only non-bone ground is the roots and branches of this large oak tree that's rising up out of them.
How far away from this large oak tree are we?
Not far. It's just, like, what, 20 feet away?
Is there anything that looks different about it from what I would expect?
It looks more sort of weather-worn and old than you would expect. But other than that, it is a very familiar tree.
I'm going to walk up closer to it and take a closer look.
All right. Make me an investigation check, please, I think.
You sure? That's a 10.
I'm pretty sure. I know. It's not what you want to say, was it?
No.
Yeah, he's running your hands up over it. The bark seems old and blackened, much. But other than that, it is definitely the tree you're familiar with.
I am going to take a seed out of my pouch, and using Druidcraft, I'm going to cause it to bud into a small flower and place the flower at the base of the tree.
Okay. This is one. What color flower, by the way? Just
white. I actually had one. What do they call it? It's like a moonflower.
There's this one white flower out amidst this sort of sea of bone and emptiness. So as Adair sort of kneels down placing this flower, what are the rest of you up to?
I'm staying kind of close to Adair, not knowing what's going on, but I'm going to continue just looking around.
Yeah, Eira will join her.
So as you're looking around, and Aslan just very quickly do some completely non-suspicious things here.
I hear a lot of mouse clicking going on.
For those of you who have not guessed, this is not the session I intended to run today. There was a change of plan, okay? There we go. Beautiful.
I like it.
This empty bone shore. I'd like to just place yourselves on the map for no particular, reason. Just for curiosity's sake. Just so
she knows where to put the tombstones. That's
yeah. Just to make it life easier for me, as I find a suitable. I don't think I have a suitable Fafnir token. Should have really described him as looking like a token I already had existing. Top tip for that. So as you are making your way around, sticking quite close together, I see, with I'm going with that one. I forgot I had that one. With my generic person token. You hear the rustling again, the rattling within the bones. And you watch as the bones are drawing together. And from within the bones, you see them twisting and binding up together as the bones start to rise and rear up from the bank. This twisted, moving, turning pile of bones.
Is Adair still looking at the tree or the flower? Because if he is, I'm going to nudge him and point at the bones.
I'm totally paying attention to the tree and nothing else.
And the bones start swirling and rattling around. And they are heading very fast towards you. And as this rattling swirl of bones rises up from the bank, and it's making its way very much directly towards you, I'd like you to roll me initiative, please. Alright, so what do I have from people? Ooh, that's a fairly good dex for my bones.
Great. 14.
14? Ooh. What do we have from Aldis? Oh, a 12. Oh, a 9 from Eira. Come on. Fafnir, save the day. Fafnir's not saving the day. He rolled a 2. That means that everyone's favourite who gets to go first here in this situation is this swirling pile of bones moves over the ground right directly up toward the tree, and Eira and Adair, you find yourself standing within this rising, swirling tide of bones.
Do you mean Aldis?
I mean Aldis. it's all the vowel people tonight. Like, it's really, really hard. Aldis, Adair, and Eira. Like, yes.
And those of us in the bones, we're the A team.
Yes, the A team is being hit by a swirling
This bone.
crowd of
And Eira,
bones.
you're still Eira. Just to clarify, you're still wounded, right? You haven't
Yeah.
healed. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Darn. Okay.
I think we're all still wounded to some degree.
And there's this
Yeah, a little bit.
a swirling crowd of bones begins to envelop you, and it's going to strike out at Adair. This bones strike out at you. That is an 18 to hit,
That definitely hits.
and you feel this flurry of bones scratching and striking at you, tearing at any exposed skin. I need to just roll this because I don't. Oh well. Ooh. I didn't know it was going to do that, but yes, it's 15 points of slashing damage. So it was sharp, it's bone. 15 points of slashing damage as these shards of bone swirl around you. It is your turn, though. What would you like to do about this situation?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is yell out to everyone else, quick, get behind her. And... gosh. Decisions.
Aldis, you will be up next after this.
I'm going to wild shape into a bear using a bonus action.
Alright. Everything's better with bears.
And then I am going to attempt to lash out at this swirling mass of bones as a bear. So I will try to bite and claw it. 'Cause what else can I do? And the bite is going to be a 23, and the claws is going to be a 24.
Okay. Both of those will hit. Both of you manage to strike out at these bones, twisting and swirling around you.
Okay, so that's
Batting
going to
them
be
in the air.
13 piercing and 14 slashing.
Okay, they're not quite. Don't feel like you're quite doing as much to them, as much damage to them as you might if they were a physical, solid thing. This ever shifting swirl of bone.
Using my movement that's left, I'm going to try and, as much as possible, push myself. How do you push yourself in between a swirling thing of bones and Aldis? But I'm going to try. However that works.
Aldis' bear is getting very close. The smell of bear fur. The bones weaving around both you and the bear. Aldis, what would you like to do?
Just had one.
Okay, so Aldis is actually, she's going to clap, but it's not like just a little tiny clap. She's gonna separate her arms as wide as they can and then bring them together and clap, causing using that to do thunderclap.
Okay.
And that is a con save of 15.
Everyone in the area? That is a 14 from our delightful bony friend here.
Yes, and that is for everyone within a 5-foot radius.
And that's a
15. You've got to be up.
yeah, I rolled a 20, so I'm good.
I think Eira as well.
I got a 7.
No.
Alright, deal out the damage.
Okay, so Eira. It's 2d6. Eira, you get 4 thunder damage. And the bones didn't pass, correct?
The bones did not pass. The bones, shaken by this thundering damage.
That's an 8.
You watch as splints of the bones shatter off into the larger bones, breaking down into smaller ones. It seems to have been, had quite a disastrous effect on them.
It also, I believe, it. Never mind. It doesn't do what I thought it did. After it takes that hit, I'm going to disengage and back up.
Well, you've used your action.
Oh, okay. I've used my action. Well, then in that case, I'm just gonna back up because I can still do my movement.
Yeah, you can still use your movement. You can't disengage as a bonus action unless you are a rogue. Or I think monks might be able to do it as well.
Well, I'm
Or a goblin, I think,
there.
maybe. Are you a goblin?
No, I'm a human.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel very goblinish.
It's going to take an attack of opportunity against you. That is a 15.
Yeah.
Oh, that still hits. Oh. Now I feel bad. It's like it's not going to hit. That'll be fine. Yeah, that's only 14 points of slashing damage as you manage to extricate yourself from the swirling bones, but just shards of bones slicing their way through you. These many tiny cuts and blood starting to run down your arm now.
In that case, I'm taking a couple extra steps farther.
Eira, how do you feel about this situation?
I feel bad about it. Do not feel good. So I will go ahead and I'm just gonna take out my sword and just go. I'm gonna go where no Eira has gone before. And I will swing at. Okay, so it's just a giant pile of bones?
It's a giant shifting swarm of bones.
Is there like an obvious place that I should hit it, or do I just go for it?
It is a swarm of moving, living bone.
Cool. So I'm just gonna go crazy. And how is a not natural 20 to hit?
An unnatural 20, that would hit, definitely.
Yes, okay, cool. And I'd like to smite at 2nd level. And I'm assuming this is considered undead.
This is undead, yes, this is undead.
Cool. So I get to do 6. I need a calculator. Hold on. I can't do math.
That's usually a bad sign when the DM says that, a good sign when the players say that.
I can't do math.
Just too many dice, I can't laugh.
6, 9, 15,
Just keep rolling.
20. 26 damage.
Okay. The swarm of bones seems smaller than it was now. More shattered pieces lie scattered back on the bone shore around where they've fallen. And as you're sort of swiping around at these bones, you hear a voice sort of from behind the tree, from sort of round the other side of the bear, going, "Do you need my help?"
It would be appreciated.
Ah, shit! And you see Fafnir come running out from behind the bear, looks at Bones and goes, Ah, shit, this is a dream. This is a dream. In a dream, you are capable of anything. In a dream, fireball! And he raises his hands and holds them out towards the general area of the bear and the bones. Nothing happens. Okay, that didn't work. I really thought that would work. Shit! And the swarm of bones moves away from you, Adair. You can take an attack of opportunity if you want.
Absolutely, we'll be happy to do
As
that.
it's swirling its way towards Fafnir.
Okay, definitely we'll do that.
It's just a dream, it's just a dream, it's just a dream.
That is a 24 with claws, and 24 to hit with claws, sorry. And a 10 slashing.
Okay, that will hit and that will deal that damage. Well, some of that damage. You feel still that you're not quite hitting all of it, and the bones lash out towards Fafnir. You hear a strangled scream as cuts and slices open up along his arm. He goes, maybe this isn't a dream. This is not good. I don't like this. I want to go home. Adair, it's your turn.
Oh, well, I will continue to go after the bones then. I did unmute, didn't I? Okay, good.
Yes, you did.
I was afraid I was talking to myself. Oh my goodness, I did not do so good this time. Let's see, the bite is 11.
To hit? No.
And the claws is 13.
Mm-mm.
Alright. I tried.
Sorry. Aldis, this swirling storm of bones is heading away from you for now. Up above you, you can see the branch of this oak tree. And off in the far distance, sort of out of your left, after your left side, you catch a glimpse of a purple glow.
Very briefly, I'm going to look at the purple glow. Not just out of my eye, but turn my head to actually look at it.
It's
But
purple
then-
and it's glowing.
Is it moving anywhere?
No.
Okay, it's... Okay, on that note, I am going to, say a small prayer. Lord Grimm, please guide this. And I'm going to point at the pile of bones and cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
That is a dex save of 15.
And that will be a 13 from these bones. They are quite fast and swirling, but apparently not fast enough.
Okay, so that's going to be 2d8 of radiant damage.
So this radiant fire
And that's a total of 6.
blossoms up in the area. There's many less bones now. They're still swirling and twisting, but the swarm is very much depleted. Just this few bones twisting and spinning through the air. The edges still touched with blood where they've sliced into people. Those of you sort of closer up to it, which is mostly actually at this point of day, I can hear this almost chattering sound in the cloud of bones. So you notice that the skulls in the cloud, you see the teeth just chattering together, almost as though they were laughing. Or just very hungrily trying to munch at things. Who knows? But Eira, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Fafnir is within the bones, huh?
Fafnir is just right up, backing away, scrambling towards the shore as these bones are swirling towards him. You can actually no. At this point, they probably actually would have caught him up, they can move faster than that. So, yes, you do the oh shit! Oh,
Cool.
shit.
I'm gonna slash specifically to try to get all of the bones that are near him away from him so he can more easily escape.
Alright.
Oh. And that's a 16 to hit.
16. That will hit.
Great. It's 3 damage.
3. You knock one of the little bones from the air.
Nice. I'm just trying to. Don't worry, you can escape. You're okay.
I'm not okay.
No, you're okay. It's okay.
This is in no way normal.
This is fine.
Like look down to the ground and start like head over his hands, like scrambling away down the shore. Essentially trying to disengage from the cloud of bones. Just move the bones, to move him out. Scramble, like back into the water itself. Just like nope. And the bones turn their attention away from Fafnir and come surging forwards towards you, Eira, twisting and spinning around you. Oh, that is a 27 to hit.
That hits, baby. Roll that damage.
And that is 11 points of damage.
Cool. Alright, we're chilling. We're doing good. We're fine. Yeah,
We're fine.
We're fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's the best it's ever been, really.
Alright, in that case, Adair, it's your turn. Everything's fine though, so there's nothing to worry.
Everything's fine. Seeing how fine everything is and how well Eira is doing, however, I am going to go after the bones again. Because, it just seems like the thing to do. Since Eira's fine, she doesn't need anything. Claws miss. I'm sorry, bite misses. I always do that backwards. The claws get an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh, cool. And that will be 10 slashing.
Okay. There really are not that many more bones left, but it's just the ones the way they are and how they managed to still mostly be trying to stick themselves into Eira, like slashing against the gaps in her armor, trying to sort of cut across one cheek at this point. But you feel that it's almost destroyed. But not quite destroyed. Aldis, what do you like to do about this situation?
Is the purple light distracting me?
I don't know, is it? It's over there and it's very purple.
I have a feeling that it is kind of sort of distracting me. But how distracting?
Make me a perception check actually at this point.
12?
I think you can hear voices from the same direction as the purple light. A low, steady chant.
Okay, on that note, how far away is the light?
Sort of distant, probably about half a mile away.
Okay. To everybody, I hear chanting from this way, and then I'm going to again say a little prayer. Lord Grimm, thank you for the last time. One more time, please, and cast pointing at the bones, sacred flame. That's a dex of 15.
That is a 16 this time from the bones.
All right.
Do anything on a save? Huh?
It says the target must succeed on a saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. Target gains no benefits from the
Okay.
curse. So nothing happens if it saves.
Just checking. Alright, in which case, Eira, you're being attacked by a swarm of bones. How do you feel about the situation, and what would you like to do about it?
Eira is not happy about the situation. So Fafnir's just in the water now. That's funny.
He's just backed away into the lake.
That's funny. I will go ahead and... Oh, can I make him feel more safe? It's not worth it. I'll just keep attacking the bones. Actually, no. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. Maybe that's a good idea. I'm just gonna go ahead and have a quick little, like, powwow with myself and give myself a hug. Heal myself for 15. With lay on hands.
Yeah, I just like the idea of Ira's lay on hands being, you give yourself a hug. Like,
I give myself a little hug.
motivation. It's okay.
There we go. And then with that, that's fine. I'm cool with that. That's my turn.
Test.
Hello, are we testing?
Testing my audio. Is it any better?
It's still a
Yes.
little low, but it's better.
It's a little low, but it's better.
In the water, Fafnir looks back towards it. Okay, smaller this time. And he points his finger towards us and goes, you see, here was the question in his voice this time. Firebolt? Yes, think fire. Nope.
Good effort!
I'm sorry. You okay?
It's genuine. Good effort. I'm not trying to chastise.
The bones swirling around Eira still. I'm going to lash out at her again. Only this time their strength is starting to weaken a little. That is only a 10 to hit. The swirling energy has gone out of them. They seem to be faltering a little. Alright, Adair, it's your turn.
I guess proceed with the same until, nothing's trying to kill our Eira.
Eira is fine.
I'm fine!
I'm fine. I'm okay.
She's fine now. Look, she's giving herself a hug. Everything's fine.
Does a 16 hit? Because I know the other one
Yes,
didn't.
yes, it
Okay,
does,
so
yeah.
this will be another claw attack that hits. The first one failed horribly. That will be 11 slashing.
Okay. Definitely starting to break up a bit more. The energy, they're still going. There's still enough strength there to strike out perhaps with Eira again. Depends on what Aldis and Eira do in their turns. Whether Fafnir saves the day. Aldis, it's your turn.
I'm gonna say out loud so that everybody can hear. I hear chanting. But you said earlier it was a half a mile, correct?
Yes, probably about that. It's hard to be certain without going and investigating. I'm sure the rest of your friends are fine. Like, what could possibly happen if you wandered off?
Yeah, no. I'm not walking alone in this dream world by myself. Not after, the mirror incident. This time I'm going to, since my, radiant wasn't exactly working, I'm just going to use my Eldritch Blast again.
Alright. See if you can blast these bones.
Blast them. 17 plus 7 is 24.
Yes, that'll hit. That'll hit.
And 8 plus 7 is 15.
That will not hit.
All right. That's 8 force damage.
Okay. There's at this point probably about 5 fragments of bone still swirling around in the air, swirling around Eira's head. They all look rather sharp. But there's very little left of what was once a vast swarm. Eira, go for it.
Yeah. Same old baby. I take my sword out, I slash, I get a nat 20, and so I'm just gonna absolutely demolish that.
Yes. All right.
Cool. So I will
Roll
go
some
ahead.
dice.
Yes, I will roll so many dice. Hold on, please bear with me.
Are you smiting as well here?
Yeah. So, with the crit, since I'm smiting,
Double the dice.
still rolling. I'm doubling everything. Okay, cool. Cool. So, let's see.
I'm pretty sure that's the roll. Yes.
8 plus 5,
Basically,
13.
A paladin crits against an undead creature using
They're
smite.
dead. Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of dice involved here, and please check in about half an hour when we finish adding up all the dice.
The question is, if she rolls 1 on all the dice, does she still destroy it? 'Cause
Oh, actually, at that point, I don't know. Actually, if I need to roll all the dice.
30. Okay, if I did my math correct, that's 33 in total.
Okay, so of a burst of radiant light, you smite these last pesky bone fragments from the air around you. And as the last fragments fall down to the ground, you hear now, off in the distance, drums and chanting. But the bones are no longer attacking you. You're out of initiative, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes after break.
Nice. Goodbye.
yeah.
All right. Well, as we
I
wait
just
for
thought-
Moira to come back, Moira's
just thought-
escaped. She's run away. But yes, as the bones fall around Eira, she stares off into space for a minute. We'll get back to what Eira's up to in a moment. But yes, the bones the swirling bones that had attacked you on the shore before have fallen still. And off in the distance, you can see this purple glow and hear this distant chanting coming off from the horizon. And you can also see Fafnir flapping around in the water, trying to shake bits of bone that have got stuck in his cloak. Is it dead? More dead?
Dead at the moment. You should come out of the water and there's a thing over there I want to check out. Adair, do you hear that?
Adair will turn and look at you and grunt, nodding his large bare head.
All right. If Fafnir looks like he needs help getting out of the water, I'll help him.
That's fine. Thank you, miss. Sorry, I still haven't got any of your names. I can't keep calling you Blue Lady, Bear Man, and other girl, other lady, non-blue, normal person.
Uh,
Normal person.
Does he seem fey? Or does he seem human? Or what? What does he seem?
Make me a perception check, please.
I'm gonna use my silver dice because those ones have been running for me.
Your sober dice.
That's a 7. Does he have no?
Looking at him,
characteristics?
his ears are rounded and humanoid. Like looking at his face, looks pretty human.
Okay.
The only thing really that strikes you as odd about his appearance is the fact that he does look to be young, despite the fact that there's definite thick, heavy streaks of grey in his hair. But you know, some people start going grey early.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Other than that, he's a fairly plain-looking person with some greyish eyes, greyish hair, grey streaks in his hair, grey clothing.
Very grey.
Yeah, you're getting the theme here. Yeah, grey.
Is his name Gray?
His name's Fafnir.
Please tell me his name's really Gray.
Or his last name's Tinker.
Tinker?
No.
I think this is a reference I'm not getting.
It's a Black Death reference.
Off in the distance, behind him, you see the faint form of a young boy around 15 years old.
Anyways,
sorry.
I will take his hand and I will use my prestidigitation to dry him off a little. And then I'm gonna. Yeah, my name's Aldis.
Aldis. I'm starting to think this might not be a normal dream.
I couldn't tell you if this was a dream or if we're in some other realm.
You said before you've been to other realms just before then? Is this normal for you?
For me, yes.
Okay, good. Right, it's glad it's normal for someone here. So what do you normally do when you're transported to a mysterious other realm and things keep trying to murder you?
Either kill them or run away.
Right.
In one case, we ended up bringing it with us. We don't know how that's going to turn out. Let's go this way. And I point at the purple light and the chanting.
You see Fafnir sort of glance over his shoulder, looking back the other way. Sort of, let's look in his eyes of, really?
Well, okay. So either we go towards this chanting and purple light, or you can go back in the water and try to find a wall to climb up so that you can climb up the hole and fight the dragon.
Let's go see what the purple chanting is. I mean, the chanting and the purpleness.
I will take the lead.
So as you head off, the bones crunching beneath your feet, especially loudly beneath Adair's feet, this bear pads its way across this plain of broken bone. Eira trailing behind you, as she seems to have misplaced her soul. Come back, Moira. Yes, as you make your way forwards, you can see this purple glow on the horizon getting brighter, and you can hear the chanting growing louder. And as you crest over this rise of bones, you can see actually some sort of pool or pond set in the midst of the bones. This is where this purple glow is coming from. This still pool, and around it, you can see a ring of people. Which is where the chanting is coming from. A steady
Okay, I'm going to look at Eira and Adair, and we'll stop before we get too much closer. I'm gonna look at Adair. What do we do? Do we want to attack them? Do we want to walk up and surprise them? Do we want them to notice us?
Using my keen sense of bear smell, is there anything unusual that I pick up?
You make me a perception check with your keen bear senses.
I was thinking you were going to say something like that. See, how does this is its advantage? Okay. Okay, that is going to be a 22.
So the people smell like people. A mixture of sort of scents of wood smoke, of forest. There's something almost familiar to the odor of them. But what strikes me is the smell of the pool itself is this sort of this mixture of decay and something else. This strange, musty smell that you smelled something a bit like it before, actually. Not quite like it. This is much stronger and stranger, but you've smelled a touch of this weird scent in a couple of places. Most recently, probably on Rosa, the strange woman you met up on the ice briefly.
And does their chanting, is it in a language that I understand? Be it...
No.
Okay.
No. Whatever they're chanting, you do not understand what it is that they're saying.
Me. Do I understand any of it?
I don't believe so. Unless some of you have gained some really weird languages since I last checked.
No.
I know Celestial, Elvish, and Primordial.
And I've got Draconic and Sylvan, so.
No.
Okay.
And Adair, you had
Druidic and Giant.
Yeah, no. None of you speak what they're speaking. Yes. You see, they're all staring into this pool and chanting in time.
Adair is going to look left and right at Aldis and Eira and just start walking forward.
Aldis will take a place on his left side.
And if I get close enough to them before anybody notices I'm there, I'm going to stand up on my hind legs, look over their shoulder, and look at what they're looking at in the pool.
Okay, so they don't seem to react at all to your presence. They carry on chanting, completely ignoring the fact that a bear walks up behind them, gets up on its hind legs, and peers over them down into this pool. And you can see beneath these waters, you can see there is a large mass of something in this pool, in the center of it. This large amorphous shape surrounded by long tendrils wrapping out and around, reaching towards the shore and the chanters. It's hard to make out from this angle, but if you had to make a guess at it and had to put a pin in what this thing was, you'd say it reminds you most of a ginormous brain.
Observing, does the chanting look like they're keeping the brain in the water, or are they trying to pull the brain out of the water?
You don't know.
I'm going to tap one of them on the shoulder with my big bear paw. Just...
They do not react.
I'm going to smack him upside the head with my big bear paw.
Alright. Roll me the damage of your big bear paw.
Well, not intending damage, but I will roll. So, see see, what will that be?
Just give a general.
Not using claws, so
Not using claws. Yeah.
uh,
It's the claw damage and that. Just get a gist of the general.
just
This is-
an unarmed attack. So D4
Yeah.
plus strength. Is
Yeah.
that fair? Okay. Just want to be fair. They're dead. That's a 7. Just joking.
They disappear.
All right.
And the two people on either side of the chanting look sort of left and right, and then they take a little step closer to the pool and reach out to join their hands together and shrink the circle down.
Is it possible I could step between them before they have a chance
Yes,
to do that
yes,
and
it
put my
is.
bear paws out for them to grab
Yes.
hold of?
Yes. So,
Then I will do
your
that.
hand, these two people taking your hand on either side. And one of them turns up to sort of a glance at you in a moment. You see this young woman's face as she looks up at you. The first thing you notice about her, she is definitely an elf. She's got very distinctly pointed ears and sort of pale blonde hair, but her eyes seem unfocused, as though she's staring at something a long distance away. She returns to her chanting.
So, do I feel anything unusual when this?
Well, are you
occurs?
joining in the chanting as well, or are you just...
Because it would come out like I don't know.
I like the idea of a bear trying to just, I don't know this language, but you know what?
I don't mind. I would hold their hands, take a look at them on either left or right, and then look back at Aldis and Eira and just kind of big bear smile, I guess.
Okay, I need a wisdom saving throw from you, Adair, please.
I knew something had to be coming somewhere. Wisdom saving throw. That's an 18.
Okay. 18. You feel something against the edges of your mind. This presence, something reaching out to you, but it does not seem to penetrate.
Do I get a positive,
You get a-
negative feeling, or just a
You get a
something's there?
sense of something questioning, something querying, sort of more curious than anything. They're just reaching out to try and work out what you are.
I am going to attempt to extricate my paws from their hands and step backwards.
They shuffle in, close up their circle, and continue their chant.
I am actually before he lets before they squeeze in closer, I'm gonna duck under their arms and get closer to the water.
Okay, so you can see down in this water, in this slightly scummy looking pool, this deep purple glow coming from within. And you see
Are we still is there still bones scattered everywhere?
yes, the shore is bone sort of reaching down to the edge of this pool.
Okay, I am going to take look for a long pointy one and poke the water.
Okay. So as you reach out, take your long, pointy bit of bone and poke this water. Ooh. I think I need you to make me an intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh shit. That's a 6.
Burn those dice.
Okay. So you feel this absolute agony passing through your mind. You feel this pain like you've never felt it before, but and that is 17 points of psychic damage as agony, and you are stunned.
Okay,
Just
well, as soon as
frozen,
I'm
still
done being
staring
stunned,
into this water.
I fall on my rear end. I fall backwards. Psychic damage. I guess nosebleed starts happening right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. I don't look good at all. My skin is blanched to the whitest it can possibly get. No. As soon as I come to myself, I'm going to get away from that water as quickly as possible.
Well, in that moment, whilst you are still stunned, Adair, as you slip forward, you see Aldis slip forward, find the pokebone, and point and start poking things. Adair and Eira, is there anything you want to do in this moment? You see her reach out, poke the pool, and then just kind of
If I could,
stumble back a little and then slump down.
Ira, I'll let you go first because I've been doing a lot and you haven't.
He's been eating.
I'm sorry, I picked horrible timing.
Aldis?
Eira. You meant Eira.
No,
Did I
that's
say
her saying
Aldis?
Aldis.
Did I
No,
say
she's
Aldis?
saying Aldis.
Oh.
Do I respond to that at all?
I'm
still stunned.
She does not
right?
respond. At this moment, she was stunned. She's just staring, sort of as stunned as the rest of the people in the circle, just staring into the pool.
Can I
get a
grab her
nosebleed.
shoulder
I have
and
a
like try to
nosebleed.
pull her back?
Yes. So, Aldis, you come to your senses. Ira sort of pulling you back past the line of chanting people.
Okay. I clasp her hand as she's pulling me, and I try to help myself get away from the water.
Yeah, you're no longer stunned. You have a horrible headache.
Are you okay?
No. I wipe the blood off. Oh. No.
Should we? Ira's going to very hesitantly go up and put her hand on the shoulder of one of the chanting people and try to pull them back as well.
Okay. They're not so much resisting, but as in they're not helping you. So just essentially here, make me an athletics check, please.
$10.
It takes you a good while. This person is heavier than an elf. They're heavier than they look. Like maybe they're just dense. But you manage to drag this one of the chanters. Let's say appears to be an old man, also an elf, but definitely must be fairly old. And even as an elf, he's starting to show signs of age. Silvery hair, a few creases starting to show. As you pull him back away from the circle. That was hard work. Took you good while.
Hello, are you okay? Does he say anything?
Oh, I thought you were talking to Aldis.
No.
He blinks for a second. Goes, what happened? Oh God! Has it got out? Has it got out? Oh God!
Has what got out?
What's? Oh God! What's? The illicit.
Oh.
I'm trying to keep it trapped so they could get away. We needed a chance to escape. Oh God, did they get away? Oh God. God, save us and save us all. Is it? He's looking around with this panic look in his eye, and he seems very confused. Like is looking around. What is this place? Where am I? Who are you for?
We don't know. My name's Eira, though.
Hi, Eira. It's and he looks back down at the pool and goes, it's still there. We still got it. We still got it.
Yes, you were all chanting around it. Do you want to go back to enchanting? I was just trying to help.
We just need to get them. Give them a chance to get away. The city's falling. It's not good.
Adair, Adair, this man is making me anxious. Can you talk to? Oh, you're a bear.
I can give him a hug. I can give him a hug.
I don't know if.
Does he need to hug the little bear?
Oh, the bear. Hugging the little bear.
Aldis is now sitting on the floor. She's using part of her skirt to try to stop the nosebleed.
Actually, Aldis, Fafnir reaches around his pockets and hands you a handkerchief. It's grey.
I take it, and it very quickly goes from grey to red.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we held it back long enough. Is this Lamadorai? What's what happened? Where's the city gone? What?
We're in like dream world, I think, right, Fafnir? Or did Fafnir follow us? Is he still out in the water?
Yeah, no, Fafnir's followed you. You see Fafnir just handing handkerchief over to Aldis, and he goes, honestly, at this point, your guess is as good as mine.
Who knows?
I just fell asleep.
Who knows?
I'm really hoping I wake up soon. Really hoping. You see there's a large bruise forming on his hand where he keeps just pinching it over and over. Whereas the old elven man is just looking around with confusion and near panic in his eyes. I take it this isn't Lamadorai then.
I mean, I don't know what that is, so maybe.
It's... You don't know what it is. Your parents teach you nothing, girl. It's one of the greatest cities of the Elven Kingdoms.
Do you know what chorus is?
It's an island somewhere?
Yes.
Across the sea?
Yes. How far away is it from these islands you speak of?
Quite a long voyage. I don't know. Why would anyone want to go to Chorus? It's just a bunch of fishermen.
That's where I'm from. I'm just trying to kind of get a lay of the land here.
Wait, Fafnir waves out. You're from Chorus?
Yes. Do you know chorus?
I know of it. Yeah. I mean, it's famous.
Yes. That's where I'm from.
Are you all from Chorus?
Company. No. I accidentally ended up with people who are not from Chorus. They're from the Trollbro era. Well, Adair, I don't actually know where Adair's from. Adair's just kind of here. He's a bear. Sometimes. Not all the time.
He was a man when he started.
I'm from Isfjell.
Whilst you're having this chat, the chanting is still going on in the background around the glowing pool.
This is chaotic. There's too much chaos happening right now. I can't handle it.
So you've got the chanting pool still, this confused elderly elven man. The even more, well, I'm not sure who's more confused, the elf or Fafnir. Or you guys. Probably you guys. The elf brushes hair out of his eyes and goes, well, Tharavol? That's my name. That helps. And I think I'm a mage of Lamaderai, which none of you seem to have heard of, which is really quite alarming when no one's heard of the place you're from. Um, you've what was I going to say? You're all just staring at me here. This is really quite off-putting.
Do you know
Aldis
anything
is
about
not staring
wands?
at him.
About why?
Wands.
Wands? I mean,
Yes.
I'm a wizard. I have encountered a fair few wands in my time.
Yes. Do you know anything about like glass crystal ones specifically?
That's a very specific question. I mean, I take it you're not just meaning pretty decorative wands that are made of crystal, because my cousin had one of those.
No, I'm talking about one that's like capable of mass destruction kind of stuff, you know?
I mean, I've definitely. I mean, that's a legend. That's a story. That's not a real thing.
Oh, there's a legend about it? Can you tell me?
Well, you know, it's an ancient legend. Like, okay, fine. So,
Ira will sit down on the floor and crisscross and just kind of have her shield and be like, story time.
story time in the Dreamlands with confused elfmen. I guess,
After Sorlinsby, this is a walk in the park. I mean, Ira isn't fazed by anything.
Hey, I think I'm bleeding out as she uses prestidigitation to clean the handkerchief to use it again.
Adair, I was waiting for a break, but Adair will shift back to human form and cast a Cure Wounds. So 2d8 plus 4, so...
Well,
it's only 11, but it's something.
well, there's an ancient story. You know, when the world was made from chaos, there was a war between. You know all this, right? Yes. There's a war. The gods formed the world from chaos, brought order, and there were some beings that weren't very happy with this as an idea, and there was a weapon devised to defeat them and cast them out. And in our story, it's referred to as a wand of crystal and a wand of glass, and it was used to banish them to the outside and destroy them forever. And then the wand was shattered into 7 pieces, and they got scattered to the winds and never to be found again. There's the story that, one day when the darkness returns, a champion will take it on. But there's always a story like that.
Champion.
Every story ends with a bit like that. When it ends with a lost weapon or a lost kingdom, it's like, and then
champion is the champion blue? Does the champion have a cape that flows in the wind? Does the champion have a name that starts with an E?
I think you're nailing a lot of very specific points there.
Yes, and I would like answers immediately.
Look, this is basically it's a children's story.
Okay, and I'm a child, so tell me the story. All right, is the champion blue?
That's basically all there is to it. But horrible, nasty things got banished outside. One day they might come back. I've always had more pressing matters to deal with than children's stories of things that lurk under the bed in the dark. You see him glance back down towards the pool. There are enough horrors in this world as it exists without imagining horrible outsiders.
What did you say that was called? And she points at the pool.
Illithid. I think that seems to be what they call themselves.
And we've heard that term before from the
Yes.
gift,
Mhm.
right? So Aldis, Adair will turn to Aldis and just kind of raise an eyebrow like,
Uh,
Wait,
But
what about people that have an
Oh,
ability-
Yes. Yes, them.
They're
Them.
the same thing?
Yes.
We
Oh,
killed
we've
them
killed
before.
one.
Yeah.
There's always more. There's always more.
Do you want us to kill this one?
Yes. Yes, if you could have a way of killing it, that would be excellent. We have worked out no way of killing it. We can only contain it. Stop it reaching out.
Okay,
Wait long enough for the others to fight off and escape.
the question is, if we try to kill it here, will it kill it where you're at? Because apparently it's where you're at supposed to be. Rather than here.
I don't know where here is.
Neither do we.
Wait, we killed the troll. And the troll said he's fought us again. So I don't know if we kill this if it'll actually stay dead.
I mean, if this is a dream, things that die in dreams don't usually die in reality. Look.
Okay, what did you say where did
Seems
you
like a
say
nightmare.
you're from?
Lemma Dorai. It's Adair, make me a history check, please. You actually have a chance of having heard this name before.
Do you think one of those pieces of crystal wand is in your place of origin?
What is it with you and your crystal one?
She has a very active imagination. That's a 13.
Adair, you've like probably 60% certain you've heard Harrian use the word Lemmadorai to refer to some of the old ruins in the forest off on the far side of Pendle Lake.
Okay. Are those...
There's a lot of ruins in the forest scattered around.
Are those the ruins by Pendle Lake?
I don't know what Pendle Lake is. It's on the shores of a lake, yes.
Do you know Harrian?
Who?
Well, if you don't know who, then it would be no.
No, I don't. I mean, I know a Uriell. Elf lady? Rather? No?
No, I'm afraid
No.
not.
Look.
Are you familiar with that large oak tree that was struck by lightning and they have this legend of the child?
What? I mean, I've... No.
Well, then I have no way to tell you where Pendle Lake is.
It's near a tree.
It's near lots of trees.
Hang on. He looks over you again. Oh God, you're one of them, aren't you? Keep turning up. Apparently there's a prophecy. A forest will rise. The crazy people who turn into animals, talk to trees, and go on about circles and the land and the moon.
You just saw him turn from a bear into a person.
Yes, I'm saying he's one of them. Clearly, he's
You're
the weird moon
standing.
people. You're
standing around a pool with some tentacled thing in it, chanting.
Yes.
How about your circles? You have a few oddities yourself.
Hey, look, a circle is a perfectly respectable arcane containment device.
What's with the water?
It was in the water when we found it. I mean, not this. I mean, this is weird. The pool was there before. This whole bone landscape, and that's new. But
and Aldis is going to look at Adair. I think we really need to get back to everybody And this might be the issue. I don't think they look old. Maybe they're really, really old and they don't visit where we are supposed to be. And she does. She whispers that at Adair. But I'm assuming he's still standing right next to her.
Yeah. As you're whispering that, Fafnir leans in, goes, "Yeah, that elf is creepy old."
Okay, looking at where we're at, how far we have walked from that strange tree to where we are now, and my understanding of the distances, does this seem... We've got a lake here. Does it seem to me anything like this is... Maybe the landscape and coastline shape is familiar, but I'd expect to see forest here?
You'd expect to see forest here. The distance, I mean, there's definitely this lake. There was a tree on the shore of the lake. The distances are hard to judge and be certain of.
Okay.
Everything around here seems subtly off. As you look up, you can still see the stars above you. And you judge from them that you are probably a good 100 miles further west than Oakbridge Crossing.
Okay. And how far would these ruins be from Oakbridge Crossing that I would have any memory of? I'm assuming maybe a portion of that?
About 100 miles.
That's what I was wondering.
The ones that were pointed out to you.
Okay, great.
The ones the ones, not the ones near Oakbridge Crossing.
Yeah.
The ones on the far side of the lake.
Okay. I think I'm beginning to understand this place a little bit.
I'm glad someone is. Then with that handkerchief.
Oh, sorry. I used prestidigitation on it again. There you go.
Thank you.
And
the old man glancing back towards the pool, like, I don't know if I should rejoin them. I don't know if they managed to get away. I don't know.
How long?
Honestly,
Very recently about any kind of attack on the Elven Kingdoms. Any kind of on Kethri. How's Kethri? Kethrigarians. The city. Have you heard of it?
Just now.
Great. Okay. Hang on, I've got a question for you people. Have you heard of elves?
Yeah, we've heard of
Elves?
them, but
Where do elves live?
to the west?
Okay, that's very vague. It's the west of where?
I don't know. I'm from Isfjell and I've never left Isfjell before.
Do you know the
near
Hexog
the-
Forest?
I'm near the Bitter Ice.
Oh yes, that's a landmark it makes sense of. So if you go south of the Bitter Ice, past the mountains, you reach the lake, Lake Dorai. There's a city on the shores of there, Nema Dorai. If you go further south, you reach down towards, there's a river flows into the sea, the Mirror Sea. Any of this ringing a bell? No? Okay, this may this could be a lot more serious than I thought it was.
What year did you start chanting this? How long have you been doing this?
What do you mean? What year? It's the year. The year. It's 1,300 years since the founding of the Elvish kingdoms.
Does that have any meaning to me whatsoever?
Make me a history check.
Ooh, that's a 16.
As far as you are aware, the Elven Empire, sort of has been going for a good 2,000 or so years. Having sort of started off with the elves have their empire centered on this flying city, this city called Natharis. But since it conquered various other lands, and formed the Empire of Eldenra, which probably started about 2,000 years ago.
Okay. I'm going to look back and forth at Aldis and Eira, see if they have anything they want to add to this.
The old man is looking more and more panicked now. You see, so kind of, oh god, this. I might have been chanting a good while. Oh god.
How old are you?
Me, I'm not that old. I'm about to say, 540, give or take.
Look like. I pull out my little mirror and show him his face.
Yes, that's me.
Okay. I shrug. If you... you said you don't know how long you've been chanting. If it's been a few years since you started, we don't know how much you've aged since.
No, I mean, I think it might have been a very long time if you don't seem to remember the name of the city that I'm in, and you keep talking about forest, and...
To be fair, we're not the most well-read group.
I grew up on the edge of the bitter ice, and all I really know is that area.
Right. And he glances over towards Fafnir, who just shrugs and goes, "Hey, look, I live up near the bitter ice. We don't get many visitors. And I was just, sat down in my office with my book, nice glass of imported whiskey. Next thing I know, I'm stuck in whatever this is with whoever these people are. And I'd really like to wake up. Because you seem to have a much better idea. This talk of magic wands and ruins and prophecies about blue people with fluttering cloaks. Which I think you're just making up your own prophecy here. But,
do you think one of your friends would know more about that prophecy?
I don't know. I mean, you could ask them, but I'm not sure. I should probably get back to the...
I really think he needs to get back into the chanting, because if it's weakened any more than it is, who knows what's going to happen in the real world.
Actually, if you're looking back over, you see in the gap where Tharavel was standing, one of the tendrils has sort of clamber its way out of the pool.
Oh,
tendril reaching sort of up the bank.
Oh, that's all she does. She and points.
slithering its way up the bank. It just extending
and-
its reach
And
outside of it.
Ira just walk
Oh.
up to it and shink, slice it off.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna shoot it with
Roll
with
me an attack,
Eldritch.
Ira. Roll me an attack.
I think all three of us are like going to attack all at once.
18
Yeah.
to hit. 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits the tendril. I closed my book.
It's 9 damage. Does that sever it?
It does. It splits apart that thin, fine tendril.
Ah.
But as you slice into it, I do need to make you an intelligence saving throw, please.
Cool. Ooh, not good. The answer's not good. That is 3.
Oh. Okay.
DM went.
That'll be 23 points of psychic damage.
Cool.
Do you need to hug the bear?
The tendril
We need a little bit of
scribbles
blood.
back.
I'm keeping this at the game from now on. I think we need it.
We need a little bit of love, Badger.
The tendril its way back into the pool. Aldis, you said you were firing on it?
No, not yet.
It's not anymore.
It's way back in the pool.
Ooh, I see her chop, and then I see whatever happened to her. I was like, oh, no. I think he needs to get back to chanting, and I'm going to turn to Fafnir. Do you want to help them? This is a dream, right?
What? Wait. Do I want to help the weird chanting people? No, I don't.
They need help,
Why don't you do it?
because we've got to kill it in real life.
I've got things to do in real life.
What year are you from?
What? I'm not sure I want to give you my address at this point, but
I didn't say address, I said year.
what year? Well, it depends on what calendar you work. By the general, 1254 is the one we usually use.
DM, what is the calendar that we currently use?
It's called Tissa's Generalized Standardized Calendar, and it's currently the year 1254 in Tissa's Standardized Calendar. You're not actually sure what that counts 1254 years since, but it's 1254 years since something happened.
Okay, so we're at 1254 and Fafnir's at 1252?
1254.
Oh, 1254.
And Fafnir is just sort of starting to push Tharahol back towards the circle. Like, we're setting him back.
Is he not going to tell anything else about the magic crystal wand and the champion?
I don't know anything else about this.
Yeah, put him back. No use to me.
I'll cure wounds on Ira. It'll be 12.
So, Tharahol, as he draws near, you see his eyes sort of start to glaze over again. He starts picking up the chant. And Fafnir just looked at him good. There is no way I am joining in with that. All right.
So we all need to get back home.
Are Torvald and Chrysara here? Or do you think they're not?
Last I remember, Torvald was in the chair.
Yes, because Chrysara would not be flying it after what happened last time. And I don't think you trust either Olwyn or Amalia with flying it.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I mean, Amalia is perfectly capable of actually flying the ship. So maybe Amalia and Crisara could do a joint flight of it. But
I'm going to look around and see if there's anything that will lead us out of here.
okay, make me a perception check as you're looking around for the door.
14?
You don't see a door out.
Well, I wasn't asking for a door. I was asking for a way out.
You do, however, see something up in the sky above you. You see a dark silhouette of a shape. Almost looks like you're looking up from underwater at the hull of a boat. Up high above you.
I'm going to point up. Does that look like a boat to you?
It does kind of resemble a boat.
I think we should get up there.
How do you propose we do that? No proposals.
Look, there's a boat in the sky now. I'm done with this.
Wait.
The chanting continues. Just remember the background of all. Can any of you fly?
So the funny thing about that is like I can levitate like a little bit, but I did it earlier, so I can't anymore. I don't want to go to sleep. Which,
what happens if
to
you
be
go
honest, I'd be happy with sleeping at this point.
It looks like water above us. Is there any feeling like it's like water anywhere?
No. Although, I don't know, maybe if you concentrate really hard. It is a dream after all.
Okay, DM. I'm either gonna die or this is gonna work. Adair is going to ask Aldis and Eira to stand close together and trust him. He is going to take...
Eira complies.
He is
Aldis.
He is going to take a very deep breath, hold it, and shift into the form of a giant octopus.
Okay.
And grapple both of them and attempt to swim upwards.
What about Fafnir?
I don't care about Fafnir.
Fafnir just screams.
Sure, I'll grab him. I'll grab him around the throat with a tentacle.
It's got out the pool. Well, make me a wisdom saving throw, Adair. This is the closest I get to. What is the appropriate saving throw for can you swim through the air?
That's going to be a 19.
In which case, yes, this works. So you feel this octopus grab hold of you, and it starts rising up through the air. But as you rise up, as you go further and further, more and more, this air feels as though it was water. So you're rising up through.
I am going to take an instant inhale of breath, and I'm going to use prestidigitation to keep that feeling of air around my face. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
As you rise up through this icy water, you feel now like lake weed around your legs, and you catch a brief glimpse of a face peering out through the water. And the pale-handed figure. And so you break through the surface of this icy water, and you find yourself on the surface of a lake, and beside you, the silvery wooded hull of the Cloud Maiden.
I will attempt to get them as close to the boat as I can, lifting them, whatever. I have a 17th strength, so as a octopus.
So, as an octopus, is depositing them back on the boat. As you're landing back on the boat, you notice there are already 4 figures on this boat. 4 familiar and yet slightly unfamiliar figures, because you can see sat in the chair, you can see Torvald, but sort of gathered around him, these dark storm clouds and the crackle of electricity just skipping and hopping across him every few minutes. And across from him, you see Chrysara with this smouldering fire almost running in the veins beneath her skin. And Amalia too, with that same fire running beneath her skin. But the most changed figure is the figure at the far end of the boat. She's an indistinct and hazy figure of a woman. Looks to be a good sort of 7 feet tall. This statuesque woman with long white hair drifting and blowing around her, and this long glittering robe of white, almost as if frost was glittering across it. She doesn't seem to be able to see you or notice you. But you can see everything about her is this sort of regal poise to her. And her height, the robes she's wearing. And she is...
have a red ribbon in her hair?
She does, yes. In her long hair, there's a red ribbon. And you can see her look in her face, a kind of watchful scowl. And her attention is focused across on what you now notice is the 5th figure on this boat. A shadowy, indistinct, half humanoid figure crouched on the railing of the boat. This creature of shifting, dappled light and shade. As you sort of turn your head back this way, now one moment it looks almost made of bark and trees. The next minute you can see this fur running across it, this mottled brown fur. And then as it turns and shifts, it becomes less humanoid, and you see that it's just a cat perched on the rail of the boat.
That's Sindri. I am
Yes.
going to walk over to Sindri and try to pet her, soothe her. Is her fur bristled?
As your hand passes through her, none of them seem to have noticed your presence.
Adair? Eira?
Yes.
I think we are sleeping. I'm going to look for our bodies.
Ooh, we should return. Yes.
Looking down at the ground, you see curled up on the deck of the boat, sleeping. Well, I guess what kind of pose would you usually sleep in? However you would normally sleep. You are.
I think on the boat, I think curled up is probably best, out of the way and stuff.
Yeah. I would be the same.
Yeah, curled up and sleeping. Adair, I presume you're sleeping on the deck, not like halfway up a mast or hanging off the side, or...
Well, last time when we left, Aldis was curled up sleeping because she was still upset, and I was sitting near her, so I would probably be sitting there with my head just resting on my knees. So, no trees, no masts.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Wait, is Sindri near my body as well, or is she?
Yeah,
just...
Sindri is just perched upon the rail near you, and she's sort of her attention seems to be focused on watching you.
Kitty. So I think we could like switch bodies right now if we wanted to.
I brought Fafnir with us. I brought Fafnir with us. What is he doing at this point?
Faf, do you want to be me for a day? Wouldn't that be fun?
This just keeps getting weirder. So now there's fire people and storm people and ice people and whatever that thing is.
That's my cat.
That is not a cat.
No, she's not a real cat.
That is some kind of strange demon.
That's my familiar.
Oh, great, you're a witch.
Sort of.
Oh, good, that makes everything
So,
so much worse.
Fafnir, remind me where you're from.
Winterbell.
Winterbell. Okay.
Lovely trading town.
Ooh, it's a trading town?
North of the, well, small place. North of the Hexdog and Kethri.
Huh. We should pay Faf a visit in real life. That'd be fun.
Think so.
You see, Fafnir's gone very white now, and you see him just staring off the edge of the boat. Why is the ground so far away? Oh God, the boat. We. I don't mean to alarm you. This boat appears to be flying.
Yes.
It's a dream. It's a dream. Of course it's flying.
I nudge Eira. This is gonna be so much fun, and then
I want to go visit him. Okay, well, I think we're gonna wake up now.
Wait, what's your last name?
I don't have one. I'm just Fafnir. It's not really a big enough place to need a last name.
In you said Winterbell?
Winterbell.
Nice.
Oh, no. I mean, actually, I'm from Drinharrow. I'm from Drinharrow, and my name is actually. Fafnir was all a lie. My name is actually Harold from Drinharrow.
Mm.
Yes.
Got it, Fafnir.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Got it, Fafnir.
Sounds lovely.
And in real life, I'm a gnome.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna turn to Eira and Adair. It was a big mistake bringing her back here with us. Do you think Crisara will listen to us now?
Maybe. I doubt it. She's not very reasonable, to be honest.
No, not really. Scares me a little bit. How do you think we should wake up? Do you think if we just lay on top of ourselves it'll work?
I think that sounds fine.
I so want to walk over to Aldis's body and pinch it.
Do it.
I mean, that's what you guys have been doing.
You know what? I'll go with it. You walk over, you give Aldis a pinch. Aldis, you feel a sharp pain for an instant. And then you watch as the dream scene sort of fades away before your eyes. Eira and Adair, you watch as Aldis just vanishes.
Oh, do me, pinch me.
He'll walk over and pinch Eira right on the nose. Just
And Eira just out of existence. You can see down on the ground the sleeping form is starting to stir awake, and Adair, it's currently just you and the rather resigned-looking Fafnir.
Fafnir, I'm sorry. I don't know how to send you back because I don't know where your body is.
No, well, look, I'm gonna wake up. I'm sure it will be fine. Right?
Alex.
I'm just gonna wake up. Everything will be okay.
I'll extend my hand to him for handshake like traditional in Winterbell. And, well, I wish you well.
You too, strange bear-clawed dream person.
It's Adair. Adair Treeborn.
Adair Treeborn. Well, good luck with all the chanting pools and flying boats, and I hope I never see you again.
And Adair will turn and walk over and look down at his body and kick it.
You feel this sort of pain in your leg, and then you start to stir to wakefulness. And as the three of you start to wake, Sindri hops over sort of onto Aldis's face and gives her a little bit of a sort of sniffle and like, I don't know, catness. I
I'm
don't know.
gonna scratch her head and tell her mentally, I'm not gonna say this out loud, but I'm gonna tell her I had the strangest dream.
And I think that is probably where we're going to finish for today.